Welcome everyone to the new podcast, Wonderwomeninbusiness. This podcast is all about women supporting women, both in business and in the arts. And today I'm thrilled that this is my first episode, and I'm here with Natalia Music. She also is a VP of an
business development and electrical contracting company.
Very difficult for me to say, but
No,
she is an opera star, a rock star, and also a star in business. So we're going to talk today with Natalia about her ventures as an entrepreneur, as well as her ventures on the music and art side. So welcome.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you for that beautiful intro.
You're welcome.
So happy to be here. Thank you guys for joining us and watching us.
Yes, absolutely. So we got a lot to talk about. Just quickly, who I am. My name is Jasmine Sandler, and I have an agency, JS Media, and we work with women entrepreneurs and executives, and we help to get them out there as rock stars. We build their brands, and not to say that Natalia doesn't already have an amazing brand. So what we want to talk about today, I think first and foremost, is you do a couple of things, but I know that they work together.
Always.
As do all the women here in New York City and abroad. So tell my audience a little bit about how you got here today. How did you get, you're dealing with a lot of men on one side of the fence, on the other side, creative folks. And so tell us a little bit about how you got here.
Okay. So first of all, kind of quick background. I was born in Belarus, which is part of Russia.
Right.
And we actually...
Yes, we're Belarus
We are
buddies.
from Minsk, which is crazy. So she's my lost sister. That's how I feel.
And if any of you are from Minsk, we can be your pen pals.
Let's do it. But not in Russia. I can't write.
I can't speak.
I can't speak. But that's what about that. But I grew up in Israel, actually, and I served in the military for 2 years. And I've always been in the performing arts area, and always performing around the world, doing original musicals and just performing on stage. So that was always kind of my home. And
but how did you start in the arts? Like, what was it?
Singing in schools. I've always been the singer in school. Always. Elementary, everywhere. I was always the singer, right?
Wonderful.
So I did that, and after I finished my military service, I decided I want to go all the way to and pursue my singing career, specifically in opera. Because I thought if you can sing opera, there you go, you can sing anything.
Like if you can live in New York, you can live anywhere.
Exactly. If you can handle New York, you can handle pretty much everything.
I agree with you. I mean, my limited time now is in songwriting and singing. It's true that the opera genre is the top, right? So good for you, and to make it in New York says a lot about her talent.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
I appreciate it. So I went here and tried out for Juilliard Manhattan School of Music. I started as the youngest at Patricia McCarthy Studio, and that's where I got my foundation. That's where I got my vocal technique. And of course, you evolve and you change teachers, and I did a lot. I performed lead roles at the Performing Center, in Brooklyn, and also
nice.
New York City Opera and all that stuff. And kind of decided to open up myself to something a little different. I'm not a conventional type of woman, if you notice. So I always like to make it my own. So I decided to cross my favorite things in opera, which is the passionate part and the musical, the richness in the music.
Drama, it's gorgeous.
And the drama, right? Yeah. And may I say a little sexiness, right? And
well,
also, hello. And combine that with the excitement of pop. And it's much more easy to digest. So that's what I do with Chernova, which is a brand new collaboration that I started with Gilad Paz, my dear, dear friend and business partner. And we did this beautiful duo act where we're performing in corporate events, weddings, and just shows all over. So that's very exciting. And
that is.
And that's how I met my partner, through the music, through the performing arts.
Of course.
Amanda. And we have a woman-owned electrical contracting company.
Is she also in the arts?
She's also in the arts.
I love it.
That's why both of us...
Only hang out with people in the arts.
I'm telling you, the way we think and the way we do business together is similar, but it's very different from what existing in the market, specifically in New York.
Okay.
As you said, male-dominated.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the business now. Shift gears from music.
Boom. Yes.
And I do have more questions about that, of course,
Go
but
ahead.
a million. But a billion
Oh,
when it comes to
God.
music. But shift to the other side now. I think it's wonderful that you found a business partner that complements you, which is extremely difficult.
I agree.
I know in my
I'm very
background,
lucky.
my third business in 20 years. First one started with a partner, it did not work out. So it's
Exactly.
difficult
It's a hit
to
and
have
miss.
it is hit and miss, very hard. So good for you. So let's talk about the business. What does that look? What is the business? What does it look like? What do you ladies do?
So we're, as I said, electrical contracting company. So we have a couple of different divisions. So the first one, we have the high-end residential, where we provide service, maintenance work. So if a tenant needs to have a light switch installed, or troubleshoot an outlet, or all the minor simple things that the big companies don't really go for that,
Yeah.
because it's not a big enough a job. I don't want to go there. No, we love that work because we want to show you we're here for you 24/7.
Your service.
Exactly. We're here for you for the smallest things as well as the big things.
I'd like to stop you there and just
Please.
make a note. That's a great tip for anybody that's watching
Okay.
about the fact that it's such a competitive market, no matter who you are, and especially if you're a woman in business. So what you're talking about is how you're different, right? And how you're providing a high level of service and deliverability.
Exactly.
And I think all of you need to think about that as you think about your businesses.
It's so important.
Because
It's
this
so
is
crucial.
something that can help you set you apart from your competitors. So keep going. Tell us more
Okay.
about the business.
So we do that, and now since we're a minority business, we're also branching to more government jobs.
Makes sense.
And that's that's where this is our kind of goal and aim for the following year. As well, we do commercial as well, but this is our two main focuses: our high residential, along with the government. And listen, we really build it from almost nothing. And
Amazing.
looking backwards, it's like where we started and where we are today is just so satisfying and amazing. And I couldn't be prouder and happier. So.
Wow. So what would you say are the keys to your success to this date for the business?
You know, I care. I really, truly care.
Yeah,
For me, every
great.
client, I know everything about them.
Mm.
It's not just a quote. Oh, you need just okay. How are
Right.
you being?
Yeah.
Who's your where you work? Who's your husband? What do you like to do? What's your thing? Like, it's always to know the person in front
Yeah.
of you, because it really has nothing to do with electrical.
It's a
It
service.
has nothing to do
service
with
relationships.
Exactly. It has nothing to do.
As most businesses today.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
a lot of times when you meet people, you know, for business, and the talk is very, very dry. It's like, okay, what do you do? What I do?
Right.
It's like, okay, but who are you?
Who are you? Which gets into exactly what I'm involved with in my business, right? Which is getting to the root of somebody and
Always.
extrapolating what's unique and different. And that's why I picked you as episode number 1.
Really? Wow.
Because you are unique and different, and
Thank
you
you.
shine like a star. You know, and this is what it takes.
Can I get a halo?
No, she's
around
amazing.
me?
I love her. But no, but it's really about, in this sea of people that are just shaking hands and networking, you know, you got to, where's the human element?
Oh, it's crucial.
And that is
But it's who I am. I mean, it
because
has
you
to come
are
from
being who you are.
a very authentic
Right,
place. It
everyone-
can't be just
that's how
because
you
I'm
have
going
to
to
be.
get more business. You
That's
know what I
right.
mean? People feel that. When you have
Oh, when you're
a hidden
desperate.
agenda, or you're desperate,
Forget it.
it's over. It's
I know we
game
were
over.
talking about that, I think, before about, before today's taping, a little
Uh-huh.
bit about sales. So I'd like to talk to you a little bit about selling, right? I know we
Mhm.
touched on this a little bit previously. But what do you think in terms of a woman selling a service
Okay.
in a male-dominated industry
Mhm.
versus a man selling the same service, talking to the same target audience?
Mhm.
What are the hardships and what are some of the things to being a woman that might make it easier to sell?
Okay, so let's go with the positive, right?
Yeah. Well,
I
either-
think, first of all, being a woman, it's already set you apart, right? Because usually in construction you see more, more men, and that's
Yeah,
fine.
Of course.
But definitely there is this thing, okay, she's just a pretty face type of feel at first, but you really want to make sure that it's really how you present yourself that really sets the tone for everybody else.
Right.
And it's really on you, You absolutely have to be professional. You have to know what you're doing. You have to know what you're selling. You have to, those things are,
Right, of
it
course.
just has to be there, right? But that element, being a woman, of caring, of knowing,
caring.
It's really what people need today. Sometimes they just want to have somebody that cares.
Yeah.
And okay, just call you.
They want to feel
not
comfortable.
Relate, yes, and know they can trust
They
you,
wanna
and
feel
you
comfortable.
have
I
their
love
best
that.
interests, and not because you're making a sale right now, because you really care for me as a person. But that thing, for me, that's what I'm saying. For me, it's not about making a sale. For me, it's making a relationship. Whatever it's going to lead to, good. But I'm not expecting anything. I'm not coming from the place of
That's the key.
expectation.
Right.
You know what I mean? You just let it go, and things come to you.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
Now,
That's an excellent tip because, entrepreneurs, right?
Mhm.
We are, this morning I was at a JP Morgan amazing event. JP Morgan is amazing, period, because they really support women.
I love it.
So this morning I was at a breakfast, and I'm telling you this because I think it's very important for people to understand and share the story on financial education. And so they had this second slide that they had up. I laughed out loud, literally.
I can imagine.
No one else did, but my personality.
Yeah, I know. I would laugh too.
So there were all these female executives in the room and other female entrepreneurs, right? But it was a very high quality event. Everybody's being quiet. And so they were stepping through how you plan for your financial success. And so step one, I think, was like having a goal, of course.
Right.
And step two was
Be clear.
And step two was, risk versus reward. And underneath that was uncertainty.
Ooh.
So I laughed out loud because I've had my own business for 14 years.
It's
Entrepreneurs
huge.
live and breathe uncertainty.
Oh, you gotta be in the gray area and feel comfortable there.
Right. So
If you're not, don't do it.
Don't do it. But I love what you said
Yeah.
about kind of, and correct me if I'm wrong, about kind of letting go.
Oh, it's so important.
You
Letting
know,
go is everything.
Letting go, because if you are coming from a shaky, uncertain standpoint in sales, and you can't let go of something that you might have lost, which is what you said, then you might get stuck there, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
So help our ladies understand that. Like let's say you're having a slump. Every female entrepreneur has a slump. At least the ones that I know,
Always.
which are all my clients.
Listen,
So
80% I have that.
So how do you, in your business, let's say there's a bid, contract bid or something, and all these other firms go after it, and you guys lose, let's say, God forbid, right?
Right.
So how do you rebound from that?
It's always an internal game, like anything in life, right? And it's always about feeling and understanding that your state and your identification of who you really are and what your business is about is not determined by external results.
Love it. So your value.
Exactly, and your value.
Your value.
So it could happen that you can have, excuse me for my French, shitty year. It
Or
happens.
years.
Or years. But you know that you are 100% loyal, you're 100% true, you're 100% delivering, you're professional, all those things. But of course, always check, what could I do better? Because you can always do better, right? But if you feel you did your best and things just didn't work out, it wasn't meant to be. And that's fine.
Yeah.
And let it
It's
go.
a good way to look at it.
This is my motto today. Let it go, let it go. But really,
She really
let
wants
it
to sing.
go.
We both want to sing.
That's okay.
But
So-
this woman shootouts shy me, I just walk away.
no. We're gonna do
She's-
a duet. We're gonna do.
We will.
We'll-
What's the date? What's the date of your performance?
So guys, if you're in New York City area,
Yeah.
I'm having a very exclusive performance with Chernova, where we're doing a 30-minute show
It's gonna
with
be fun.
all the hits and best. It's gonna be incredible. It's gonna be a 28th on Tuesday,
This
May
month,
28th.
May 28th, Tuesday.
Correct.
Yes.
I think it's gonna be in 2 weeks.
Couple of weeks.
Couple of weeks from
Right,
now.
Yeah.
And you guys are all welcome. I'm gonna actually put in if you can put it in the description
Yes,
bar,
of course.
a link for it.
Yeah.
It's free. You can come over, check it out, have a nice drink, enjoy, say hi to me, ask your questions, and I would love to meet you all if you can.
Yes. So,
Awesome.
back to what we were saying about.
Yeah.
I have many questions, but one is, so you're an interesting subject,
I am.
Yeah.
I hope in a good way.
but you're similar to me in the way that, because I run the Hockey Players in Business New York City chapter, which all of my members are men. And then on the other side,
Which you shouldn't be.
I'm
I think
supporting. Agreed.
Okay.
I'm supporting women in business and developing their personal development and their thought leadership. So I think both of us have the commonality of we're kind of split on two sides.
Yes, not even two, like 300.
Maybe.
It's fine.
Maybe, but let
We're
me ask.
multi-passionate people. That's fine.
But let me ask you this. So now, how in either case, whether it's on your day job, let's say, or in your work as a professional singer, how are you impacting and supporting women? And primarily, I want to hear a little bit about on the
Woman.
business side.
On the business side.
How are you supporting women? You actually have a great opportunity to be an icon in that industry to help women because it is male dominated. So anything you want to share?
So from the business side of it, with A Plus Electric, we are actually working towards hiring women more,
great.
yes, as electricians, right? So it's women owned, but we definitely want to have more women electricians in
So
the
anyone
field.
that has that skill.
Exactly,
that trait.
but skilled, right? So we're
Yeah.
all about getting girls from high school and colleges,
Oh, cool.
getting
So do you
them
have an
to.
internship program?
So we're working on that. I just don't want to see too much right now because we're still working
All
on
right,
the
sorry.
bits
I got
and bits. But
excited.
that's is where we're targeting, and we really want to help more women and show them that electrical work. It's actually very interesting. It's it's not like
Because it's
plumbing.
precise.
Not even plumbing is great too, but electrical. It's gorgeous. It's like a piece of art when you see
because it's like a
those
building
hot
a
and
network.
neutral and ground lines are like perfectly in line, and it's really
Wow.
really interesting to see.
That's
And,
interesting.
yeah, and so that is that. But always strive to work with women. If it's architects, if they're engineers,
Good.
if they're
And there's so many associations here, like the
Exactly.
Women in Construction and AIA.
I'm always part
There's
of that.
so many associations here in New York
And
City
it's
that
beautiful.
support women.
Yes. So that's
Good.
what we do. So that's my
That's great.
my number one target. But to be quite frankly with you, it's not always the easiest. I don't know why. Sometimes
In terms of employing or in terms of working with clients.
making collaboration with women.
Oh well, this is a hot topic.
Let's
and
talk. Can we talk real?
Can we talk real?
Can we
so
talk
this
real?
is the purpose of the podcast. So
Thank you.
Thank you for bringing it up
Please.
on the first episode.
Yes.
But that's what this is all about. That's why I said, you know what, Jasmine? As I talked to myself.
I had this really deep conversation.
No, seriously, I said to myself, you know what? I have enough problems on my hockey team with the guys trying to push me aside to go on the third line or whatever. Why do I want problems with other women?
I don't know why.
And I got sick and tired of going to events. Like, we all go to so many events in New York, right? So many networking events. And there's all this chatter about women helping each other. And, it's buzz because of the whole Me Too thing and all these other
Right. In theory, they sound
initiatives
lovely.
and blah, 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 blah. But
In reality, I can count
at the end
on my
of
hands.
the day, women really supporting each other, it's a major opportunity for women to come together, not to be cliche, and like hold hands around the world and actually do something together because you know what? Because
We understand each other.
we understand each other
Mhm.
and because we have the opportunity to rise up as a gender and really make something happen and also support men. I'm so not anti-men at all.
Exactly. It's
But
not like
no,
yeah.
not at all. But so what are kind of like your thoughts and your feelings and your vision around that?
Exactly what you said. I just wish women didn't see each other as a threat,
Mm-hmm.
or if she's doing good, it means I'm not doing good, and I need to put her down.
Good point.
I'm sorry to say it, but I feel a lot of time people sometimes look at me or look at some other people, other women, as threatening,
Mhm.
when they're in the leading positions, versus just to say, you know what, let's collaborate. Let's make it happen.
Sure.
Like for me, any person that I meet, I always try to bring value to them. I have
Mhm.
zero expectations what they want to give to me, and that's fine. But again, I just find myself like, for some reason, it's easier for me to work with men because I feel like they're not expecting in me from me as much,
Okay.
and it's easier to have a conversation. It's easier to do
So,
business
but
with.
how do you think? But I guess my question is more about. I know how I'm eliciting change through this podcast, through the events that we do, and all these things.
Right.
So, never mind the men for a moment. I'd like you
Okay.
to more talk about nothing against them, but really
They're
to
great.
get to the heart of the matter. How do you think that you can elicit change between women and women not supporting each other in what you do?
So as I said, hiring them, collaborating them more and more and more and more.
Mm-hmm.
So it's beneficial for both sides.
Mm.
Sides, I'm sorry. and just keep it going as is exactly what you do. Podcast. Instill that, and really push for it, and really make it. It's part of your agenda, part of your business plan, part of this is my goal. Like this is my target audience, women. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And
helping women.
Helping women, and that's it. And again, it's a two-way street. You know, it takes two for tango. So it's like you and I were not feeling threatened. We really want to uplift women.
Absolutely not.
So that's what it is.
Absolutely not.
So that's what I wish for all women to feel not threatened, but
And
to
I
feel
think-
inspired from each other.
Inspired.
From music, and also singers. Like I see women.
I know. Look, you're inspiring me as I'm a pretty newbie singer, 4 years
Doesn't
in the
matter,
game.
but you know
But
what
I
I mean?
totally believe in myself.
Exactly. It's like
And
your
to have
voice
someone
is so
like this
unique.
as a professional
Mhm.
to say something good about you, oh my God.
But
when I'm
you
used
don't
to-
need my validation.
No.
But you see
But
what
my
I'm saying?
point is even in my short,
Yeah.
I won't say career,
Right. But
but maybe future career, endeavor in singing and songwriting, believe me, I've been beaten down by so many men. I've been in 3 bands now, right? And all male rock bands, okay? So absolutely no credit for anything. In fact, they try to steal credit for things. So my point is to have a woman who is already a professional say, you know, I really like this about, you know, that can help you to want to succeed more. And I think
course.
whether it's in music or it's in business,
Anything,
if we can
anything.
take the time out and I can look at a marketer or somebody, like, because I have an internship program that I've had for years and years and years where I develop kids into the world of digital marketing. And they're all girls. And it's all by design. So what am I? I've been doing that for 14 years.
So that's your contribution. Beautiful.
One thing that I've been doing, you know what I mean? Like, it's a small thing, but what they all tell me at the end is like, Jasmine, you're our role model. Female role model as a digital marketer. I don't know if I'm the best digital marketer, and I hate when people say they're an expert and all this. Let someone else say that. But I'm a role model to them, and maybe like when I retire, which would be great, and go into singing, which is my goal, you know what, maybe they take over. And it's because I did something, and that is such a blessing, right? It's such a blessing. So are there any women's organizations, associations, or groups that you think women entrepreneurs need to know about, like whether it's in the arts or in real estate?
Well,
From
we're
what you do.
part of.
Well, the one
That's
that we're
where
a
we
part of.
met.
Yes, we met at the
Rex.
Rex, right,
Right.
right. So that's women real estate executives. And
Exactly.
I got to tell you,
Amazing women.
this group, why have I stayed? Because we really, really support each other.
Oh, that's true.
No doubt. Like,
No
this
doubt.
is the best group
I
I've
agree.
ever joined
I agree.
in my life.
I agree.
And that's what it's about. And it's a small group and it's intimate,
It's very intimate.
which I think is also important because sometimes you get lost in the sauce.
Of course, of course. It's all about like you really get to know each other. We have our one-on-one time, and we bring special guests, and we really
Right.
talk about important subjects that really matter to all of us.
Yeah.
And we're really making the effort to work with each other, which is great.
Yeah. But any women's groups in the arts that you want to
So
tell
good.
any of the artists out
Actually,
there?
I have to be honest with you. I actually just saw today somebody tagged me in a post
Oh.
in Facebook saying I'm opening a group for women in.
Look at that.
It's just
Look
so
at
funny you
that.
just asked that, and
Great.
my friend Gilad actually tagged me on that and say, oh, she's doing it. So actually, there's nothing like that. Maybe we need to open one. Not that I'm maybe aware of, but I think
There's
it
a
would be
few that I
great-
know of.
You-
That are,
yeah, can you tell them?
I can't remember the name. I
I
don't know
the
because
spot,
I just
I'm sorry.
no, it's fine. The one that I found recently. Well, there's two. So one, I met the woman that runs this organization. It's called Women for Music in Motion.
Mm.
And the reason that we totally connected so immediately is my nickname. My singing name is Jazz Rock, and so her group, they focus on jazz-based events for women at Lincoln Center.
Wow.
So she just sent me an email today, and they support women in the arts, and they're having an event June 9th. This is what I know.
Love it.
But they're about
Love it.
supporting women in jazz, so they have like a platform at Lincoln Center.
Wow. That's
So
huge.
you know what I mean? And this is- and
it's
this
like
is-
the best platform you can
But
have.
this is what it's about, like, and so I think it's about women kind of opening up their doors, whether those are tangible doors or invisible doors, maybe it's something online, to give other women a place to shine. Right? I mean,
I'd
these
love
are-
to be part of it.
These
Yes.
are associations that women either
needs
need
to
to
be
get
part of.
involved with, or if you guys start one.
I agree. Start in your
Start
community.
something, right?
Start it. Even virtually. Just
Yeah.
use Facebook. It's such a
Oh,
great
Facebook,
tool.
forget it. It's amazing.
It's amazing. Just share ideas. Oh, what do you
Yeah.
guys think about this logo? Oh, what do you think
Yeah.
about this song? And just start to communicate. Use your community, whatever that
Yeah.
is, in real life or in Facebook or whatever. Yeah.
So one thing I want to ask before we go is, so the clients that I work with, they all do wear multiple hats. So my job is to keep them ADD-less and focus towards their goal
What they really want.
as
Yes.
entrepreneurs
Yes.
and executive teams. So how do you, because there's only 24 hours in a day as far as I know.
I know.
Oh, it's miserable. I wish it was like 72. But
Even
anyway,
if it was 72,
we would use
it's
it,
always,
right?
We want always more, right?
There's some old phrase about that, like filling a
But even a
filling a
time,
canister. But
Yeah.
my question to you is, so how do you leverage both of your activities, from the music side to the business side? So how do you leverage them to stay on course on a daily basis?
so first of all, we need to understand and be very clear what you want,
And how do you do it?
and not to be just like running with a chicken with no head, right?
Yes.
It's just not to be busy, but it's really being efficient in what you do. So really be 100% personal, like know exactly what you want in terms of business,
Mhm.
how much you want to hit, how many people you want to target, what type of songs you want to sing, when you're going to practice them, and schedule it in your
Calendar.
calendar.
The calendar
as
is the
a
Bible.
meeting. It's a meeting. Like
Yep.
nobody can. No, it's not
So
like
important.
exactly. Make it
And then I would also
set in stone.
Yep.
After that, around that, make sure you're also taking care of yourself. And now I'm learning
That's
to do
tough.
less
Right.
but get more.
Yes.
Because it's not about,
This is
as I
such a
said,
critical point.
just running after
Critical.
that goal, because there's always going to be something. But you want to enjoy the process, because that's what it's really about. It's not about the results. It's about enjoying the process
Right.
and enjoying your day-to-day life, and not just enjoying when you hit the number or hit the contract or do this
Yeah,
or perform this.
that is
Because
true.
those moments are going away really fast, but
Right.
really what you're living is the day-to-day life.
That's right.
And you want to make sure that how I start my day, after that I do my morning routine, I do my meditation, I do all the things that make me kind of ground me and make me saint. I'm also putting time for music making, because this is what makes me
100%.
happy. And this is how I start my day.
100%.
I start my day
100%.
as an artist. I am an artist. I can't be one thing, Natalie the businesswoman, and then Natalie the singer. I'm everything, and that's
Right.
okay.
And it
But-
shines through.
And it shines through.
That's
my
why I
day
asked
looks
you about
completely
leverage.
different.
Leverage.
Yes.
So I think you hit the nail on the head on a couple things.
Okay.
So one thing is that you talked about taking care of yourself.
Oh, it's huge.
Now women, and
I'm still working on though.
I say it all the time. Yeah, everybody.
It's yeah.
I could spend all day at the salon personally. No problem here.
No problem. Me
And
too.
at the gym. But anyway,
I love gym.
I love gym.
I do.
But anyway, but we do need to take care of ourselves because
Mhm.
women, although it is becoming what's the word? More of a metrosexual culture,
Okay.
where men are taking more care of themselves than they used to.
That's great.
Still, women really have to take care of themselves.
But it's not just
and do everything
physically.
physically. No, but it's
a
mentally.
yes, like
Right. So even
have that time.
And even that, my point is, it's an excellent point that we do need to take care of ourselves to be able to do business, to be able to perform on stage,
to be present.
or even go to band practice.
So whatever you do,
Right.
you do it 100% being present. Like
Yes.
right now, I'm with you, 1,000%. No matter what's going on after
Agreed,
or
and
before
I'm
that.
loving this conversation.
And that,
Right?
Me
No, it's
too.
true.
But that's how I am in everything. You
Right.
know what I mean? But I can't do it if I'm not present with myself first. If I'm not
Great
connecting to myself
Yeah.
first in meditation or reading your favorite book or writing your favorite songs. You have that within you. You have to
I
let
know,
it out
it's
somehow.
true. You do.
And it only takes, 30 minutes to tap into that feeling and tap to that energy. And that energy is carrying through the whole day.
That's right.
So
That's right.
That's what for me, it's all about.
Yeah, so you're right. So taking care of yourself mentally and physically, hugely important. But I love what you said because it ties into everything that I help my clients do and help people do, which is taking your art and your whatever it is you do, whether you're a singer, you're a songwriter, you're a gardener, you're a tennis player, who cares? Taking whatever it is that you love and you have a talent in and making that part of everything else, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like when people ask me, oh, they ask me about digital marketing, like, or whatever. I've been talking about it for so many years, and whatever. And I could educate the world on it. But when they learn that, I play hockey, or, my band just had a show a couple weeks ago, and we raised like $7,000 for, that's what I'm all about with music.
Wow.
Helping the world.
Wow.
These things are what people want to talk about, right? And you're feeling better, and you're your true self.
Exactly.
Right?
Because you're expressing yourself. You don't feel like you're betraying yourself.
I love it. You're expressing yourself.
That's what I think.
So it's so fun. It's the reverse of standard business, which is goals.
Exactly. People will tell you,
setting.
don't say that you're a singer. People think you're not professional.
That's right.
Who made this word professional? Can I talk to him?
She's so funny.
It's just like
It's true.
Again, excuse my French. It's bullshit. You can be. This is your selling point. This is who you are. Like, people need to know who you are. If you shy away and you're like, I'm only do that, it's not true. It's okay to be all those things together. People are actually gonna say, you know what? I'm a singer too, but I'm afraid to say it. And that's your connection right there. Right. And you don't know how many people I know in this industry.
That's the whole point.
They have this double life,
point. That's the whole point. That's why I took on the role that is unpaid and a lot of work of being the president of the Hockey Players in Business, right? But it's all men. So if any of you ladies play hockey, please come to my events, right?
Or if you don't, try it out. Why not?
Well, I can get you some skates. Actually, last night I was at a finance event and there was a woman. She's like, oh, I used to play lacrosse. I said, I have skates in my locker. Come play. Getting more women involved in these things, and like you said, letting your true self shine through.
Yes, always.
Hugely important. You just be happier at the end of the day.
Just be happier, and that's what's matter.
So back to your event. So again, can you tell us a couple things? So one is the date and location of your event, and also your website address in case people want to hear your music, which they should.
Okay, so all this actually information you can find out on my Facebook page. It's Natalia Music, and that's where you can find everything. So you search it, Natalia Music. You can find the details for my performance on May 28th. And also everything, if you guys want to work with me one-on-one, vocal coaching, because I do that as well. It's one of my favorite things to do, is to coach. Singing, of course, and if you guys are looking to have an electrical contracting company working with you or for you.
And one that cares.
I'm your girl.
One that cares.
I care. Yeah, absolutely.
I can't wait to have a house and you're going to come over and put the electrical stuff in there.
Girl, I'm looking everywhere I go. I can't even see anything other than the electrical. I'm always looking. Where's the lines? Where to go? Where to connect? It's craziness, but it's good.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you so much for having me. Such an honor to be your first episode.
Episode number 1. They say save the best for last, but I think it's BS. You start with the best. Amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. All the best for you guys.
For the Wonder Women in Business podcast.
Thank you. Comment below if you guys have any questions. We would love to answer your questions, okay?
Yes.